All right, relax, guys. I apologize, my co. He's getting ready and he's getting to debate me on a lot of good topics today.
What?
I think you're gonna debate me on a lot of topics today in sports.
I guess.
Like, just think of me as the Asian Stephen A. Smith with the hard question. We're gonna, yeah. Hey, Kendra, you want to tell the audience how you been?
My
What
what?
you been up to? Of course, my co Kenton over here, the handsome and the good-looking guy.
What did you say, Jay? I didn't hear you.
We're just gonna spend some time arguing back and forth about stuff.
Okay. I'll put a little umph into the arguments today.
You're putting the open to that.
Oh.
Yeah, just think of me like Stephen A. Smith. I know you don't like Stephen A. Smith.
Stephen A. Smith's annoying, man.
Sometimes he is and sometimes he's not. But,
Most of the time he is, though.
Yeah, but me, I don't mind it. I don't mind Stephen A. Smith. I really don't. I really don't mind. So, the first topic is Kenton's topic. And you know what that is?
We could push that later. We're going to talk about it now.
You know what I'm talking about? What?
I don't want to be sad right now. I don't want to be sad right now.
You don't want to be sad.
We'll end the show with mine.
Dude, you gotta take the emotions out of it, man. We're sports journalists. We can't have.
No, not that. Whoa, what are you talking about?
About the Milwaukee Bucks losing Damien Lillard, right?
Yeah, I'm allowed to be sad about that, man. F you, Jay. F you.
That's like
no. See, look at guys. He's starting it on purpose. He pushes my buttons on purpose, guys.
I'm not. You gotta
You're seeing it firsthand.
We're
seeing it firsthand. He's gaslighting me. You see this? This is.
What are you talking about?
What does that have to do with journalism? A player being injured and my season being over? What the hell does that have to do with? I thought you were going to talk about Jair or something. Like that makes sense, but Damien having a blood clot in his left leg.
We already talked about Jair.
I don't want to.
We already talked about.
You started the argument already. We're only 4 minutes in, and look what you did.
We already talked about Jair enough.
Look what you did. 4 minutes in. 4 minutes in.
I'm not in the wrong here.
You don't do this to Phil. You don't do this to Phil.
We're journalists. We're sports journalists. We gotta be biased. We can't be biased to our teams. Sure, I like Jair. Do I say I want Jair on the team? I would love to have Jair on the team.
Guys, this is the first time he said that in like, what, 3 months?
I can say that. I would love Jair on the team, but is it gonna happen?
It didn't seem like it.
He's still on the team, but we gotta wait for the draft.
You guys know what that means? What just Jay saying? Instead of saying Kenton, you were right, nothing would happen. He's saying
I
that
would
instead.
never, I would never admit that you were right.
He just did right there, though. He just did right there.
No, I
Without
didn't.
admitting it, he just admitted it.
Get that in your head. I would never admit that you were right about anything.
But this is you admitting I'm right, though. You know,
I have pride. I have pride.
he has delusion.
Oh, wow. I'm turning this off, man. I'm turning this off right now. I don't have to take the abuse. I do not have to.
Neither do I.
Anyway, yeah, there is a rumor. I want to ask you that. Oh, hey, over. Hey, Caleb. How you doing, my man? How you doing? Oh, ouch, Captain.
Why are you trying to talk about a team who lost our star? And don't forget, the Indiana Pacers are nothing.
How do you feel about
That fluky run y'all had last year where, hey, Jay, every single team they versed in the playoffs last year, they were missing their top 2 stars. So I don't want to hear it from a washed one-hit wonder team. All right.
I don't want to get in between you and Caleb.
Also. Oh, wait, hold up. He wants to start.
Oh, God.
I'm not having it today.
Get that kitty.
I gotta hear it from Jay. Now you.
Get this gonna be.
Where's Indiana's, huh? Where's Indiana's?
Caleb. He brought out the ring. He brought out the championship ring.
I want to hear it.
Oh, Caleb, what are you gonna do now? You gotta fight back.
I don't want to hear it. He wants to keep going.
People are going to the Summer Bowl.
Where's your trophy, huh?
Oh, he's bringing out the trophy and the ring. Oh, man. Oh, come on, Caleb. What do you got? What do you have? Come on. You got to fight it back.
They got Reggie Miller.
Yeah, I love Reggie Miller. The best 3-point shooter in the game. Back in the day.
You guys got rings from a league that doesn't exist anymore.
Wow.
We got our rings in the NBA. In the NBA, not the ABA.
Ouch, guys. Yep. Wow. 3-2.
Y'all never got a ring in the NBA.
I'm like the referee. I just look at you two. I'm not
He's like double technical.
I'm not getting involved.
Double text.
I'm not going to be one of the referees that gives people chances. I think Kenton got you on this one. He brought out the ring and he brought out the trophy. You haven't shown me nothing. Hey, look. You got to show me a trophy or a ring, man. You just start that street. Yep. Yes, he did. Kenton wants to talk about the NBA last, so let's talk about the NFL. And we're first going to talk about the rumors that is going around that it looks like the Packers are trying to move up in the draft. Right now, the Packers in the first round pick at number 23 is the guy that we want. Wow. I'm talking here.
Sorry, he wants to bring that the Pacers have a only team with Game 7 wins and Madison Square Garden are the Pacers. Wait,
Okay,
he's
you
talking
two.
about another team that hasn't won a championship in decades.
Okay, you two. I'll give you like 15 minutes at the end of the podcast. You guys get bowed out. Is that fair?
It ends here. We have Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's a two-time MVP and is in the top 27, is in the
Hey,
top
hey, hey,
75
get
players
it,
of all time.
get it. Save it for the final 15 minutes because that's gonna be entertainment podcast.
Okay.
I'm just gonna sit back and watch the 15 minutes of you two just going back and forth. That must see TV. We're gonna bring it to you here for free.
Well, filthy and wealth because you haven't been around this much glory in so long.
Oh, what a bird! That's a bird. Oh, that's a bird. Oh, that's a bird. Anyway, getting to my original topic here, guys. What do you think about the rumors that the Packers are trying to trade up in the draft? If the wide receiver falls to the late teens, what do you think? Should they do it or should they just stay at number 23?
If it's for him, yeah. Because I think he would be such a good weapon for us, especially with Christian Watson being out.
Oh, you mean the wide receiver?
Mm-hmm.
In every single mock draft that I saw, that wide receiver is dropping like crazy. I don't know why. Maybe the first 15 teams don't need a wide receiver. I know number one, the Titans, they might take a QB or or the best player in the draft, and that's the defensive edge. And at number two, the Browns are picking. They're definitely going to go with the quarterback. So there is a chance that the wide receiver drops.
In
But
that
what do you
case, then don't trade. But
what do you think if the Packers really wanted to get it? Did you see that tried to trade up to the top 6 or top 7? What do you think?
what will we have to give up? You said.
Or do you think that Brian Goodwin will pull the trigger if he got to get up to number 6 or number 7?
I feel like if we're able just to get rid of like our picks that we have in this draft, then yes. But if he's not able to, then no, he's not going to.
But if you want to get up to the top 10, it's going to be at least the 23rd pick this year, a 3rd pick this year, and another 3rd next year. So that'd be 3 picks to move up to the top 10 from number 23. But there is a rumor that if we don't want to give up that many picks, it might be a package with. You're not gonna like that, but it's gonna be it might be a package with Jair Alexander in it. And I know how much you don't like that idea of trading Jair with our number 1 pick to get up to. But the reality is that's what it's gonna take.
I don't think so. We haven't traded a player for picking for so long.
And it's been a while since we drafted an offensive player in the draft. Besides Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers.
What do you mean? We had draft wide receivers.
All second round picks. They're never first round picks.
Oh, you're talking about that. Yeah, I guess, but it doesn't really matter in my eyes.
The only
Okay,
receiver,
as an NBA fan, yeah, we're gonna talk about that later.
yeah, the only wide receiver that we drafted in
but as an NBA fan, I see the first 2 rounds in the NFL as an NBA first round. You guys have 7 freaking rounds, dude. The NBA only has 2. You guys really undermine their second round so much compared to how many rounds there are.
Well, the Packers are usually good in the second round. But for some reason, if you look at the history of the Packers' first round picks, they've been mediocre. I looked at the list. They're kind of mediocre right now. And the recent
makes sense, but we have second round of hits and Hall of Famers all the time.
Yeah, so. But do you agree?
I just feel like people really just undermine the second round. Like, that's how I look at it. I look at the first 2 rounds as 1 round, technically, even though they're not. And then I look at the third round as the second round.
Yeah, third is second round.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, I just feel like that's how people should treat it, though. Yeah, and then I kind of treat the 5th and 6th the same, and then the 7th is just the outlier, I guess.
I mean, you can find some gems in the 3rd, 4th, 5th round, but you kind of know what you're doing. But
again,
going back,
I don't count Jabari as a bust because of injuries. You're a bust when you're healthy and you just suck. So
let me ask you this: do you think that Luka Van is at the bust right now?
His 3rd or 4th year.
Going into his 3rd year. Because he was picked.
I wouldn't count him as a bust. I would just say he's just underperforming, I guess. But not a bust.
You know who's going to take a big jump this year? Cooper. The rookie last year. The linebacker. Oh, man. Every time he was on the field last year, he was doing a lot of good things.
What makes an athlete a bust is, one is when they have over higher expectations that the media puts over them, but I technically don't get that either because these are young players. 2, I would say it's mostly a player who has consistency of a performance, has the right expectations put on by the media and fans, then make it to the league, and then just never perform. Like, that's a bust. Or they just take such a I don't know. My view of bust is if you can have a good career, even if you're mediocre, you might not be an all-star or whatever. I don't see you as a bust. I see a bust as a person who has high expectations, who's out of the league.
Yeah, but
in a couple years, that's within their control, though. I don't consider, because like Jabari Parker was dropped. Like, I use Jabari Parker because thankfully, I think the tide has turned where people don't see him as a bust. Thankfully, He tore his ACL, the same ACL twice when he was on the Bucks, and Jason Kidd also ruined his excuse my language, his fucking confidence. And the reason I'm swearing is because Jason Kidd sucks because he ruined that young Bucks team by telling so many young players not to do so many stuff. He had arguments, and that's why the Bucks fired him. There's articles you can go read about it, but I don't like Jason Kidd. He really messed up a lot of young Bucks teams. I mean, like players. So the reason I don't consider him is Jabari Parker was dropping 20 points, man. He was getting rebounds, and people were saying, "Oh, his defense wasn't this, his defense wasn't that." That's because Jason Kidd was ruining his confidence. Instead of building a player up and all that stuff, he was knocking him down. You don't do that. Jabari Parker didn't take that, and he just was like, "Well, I'm not going to try then." He told Don Maker, who's a good 3-point shooter, to not shoot threes. Like,
don't mind him. Come on, Sam. You can't. Come on, that kind of joke.
Yes, Derrick Rose won MVP, so but he definitely could have been a better point guard if he didn't have so many injuries. I hate that people use injuries to count as busts. Like Brandon Roy for the Trailblazers, he's not a bust, and he's still one of the great shooting guards of our era. It just sucks he had no cartilage or anything in his knees or anything like that.
Yeah, Caleb, that was my dad. That was my dad at the door. He was checking what I was doing.
Hey,
how you doing?
Sadly, I don't remember a lot of basketball players, but there are a couple first round picks that I can remember their faces, but I sadly can't remember their names. That one, I can't say this. It's such a stereotypical thing. I'm gonna tell you what. To be transparent, I was gonna say that one white guy from Duke who shot threes a lot. There's a lot of white guys from Duke who just shot threes a lot.
That's not racist. Just like when I got that white guy on the football field, you got come at me for that.
Is it Fredette? I want to say his name is Jimmy Fredette. He was a high, not JJ Redick, no. He was a high first round pick, and because he could shoot the lights out, and then he turned out to be nothing.
What about Zion?
I'm not gonna lie. No, I agree with you. Yeah. Oh, it's from BYU, not Duke. My bad. Okay, my bad. But he was a high projected. I thought he was in Duke. But no, there's another guy that looks like him. Who's the white guy from Duke? I'll find him. I'll find him. Let you know. I don't. But he was. I'm not into college players, so that's a fault in mine. And he literally only had half of a season in the NBA, so I don't remember him. But no, Zion Williams, to me, is a bust.
Really? Why would you
Because
say
he's
that?
doing it to himself. He's not getting injured. He's just out of shape and isn't motivated and doesn't care. He just has bad habits.
But
even if when he plays he produces well, he's not on there consistently to make impact to his team. He's being a drag to his team. He's not helping his team. He's holding his team back by
he
has a chance to change his change it, but as of right now, I consider him a bust.
So are you calling him lazy or?
Yes. Lazy, has bad habits, has his mind in the wrong things. He likes messing with. I have no problem with this types of stuff, but the types of ones he messes with are not good people in my eyes. But he messes with a lot of adult actresses. So,
hey, there's nothing wrong with that. But
no, it's just the ones he messes with are very not looked at good in that community as well. And I feel like if you're not looked at good in that community, then something
yeah.
But also nothing's wrong with that community. So
you mean the adult entertainment?
Yeah. If they don't respect her, then it means there's something wrong. And he likes that girl. So
See, in my eyes, if you're lazy and you're not producing, you're a bust.
Well, he's just not on the field. He keeps getting hurt when a lot of it is. Yeah, but that's because he chooses not to lose weight. Like he has all these nutritionists, all these professional things that I, as a bigger person, would love to have, and
Oh yeah,
have
me
people
too.
help motivate. He doesn't use it, Like if I'm being honest, he seems like he doesn't like basketball, dude.
And, this might be off topic, but I want to give him a shout out. The Northwest Wind. Go check out his channel. He does camping videos, but it's hilarious. Camping videos. So
Yeah,
and he,
after you interview him, I checked out a couple. So
yeah, and he's a
I don't really
great guy
do
too.
outdoorsy stuff and hunting because I like animals, but it's cool because
Well, he does stuff. He he runs away from cops sometimes. he almost gets caught by cops. Okay, that's all I can say.
yeah, I gotta watch that one. If he
Oh
talks
yeah,
about it.
the new video that he put out yesterday. He was running in the woods, running away from a cop. Well, not a cop, but it was like a security guard at a construction site.
All right, I'll watch that one today.
So, and give him a like too, man. He's a great guy. But anyway, in the top, let's rank the top 10 teams that are going to definitely make the playoff next year. And do you think the Packers have a chance of winning the NFC North?
Yeah,
Tell me why do you think the Packers will win the NFC North?
I
And
think
rank the
I
four
think
teams.
the Vikings will slightly regress.
Yeah, because I think they're going to regret because they're starting a second year QB who really it's going to be a first year QB because he he didn't play his rookie year because of an injury. So that might drop them back down. So where would you put the Vikings on the ranking for the NFC North? Would you put them at number 4, 3? And I know they're not going to be 1 or 2.
I'm
There's
gonna
no
put them
way.
at 3.
Oh, really? You really think? What about the Bears? They did some good things in free agency.
I think they'll be good this season, but I think they'll be tied with the Vikings, but lose the games with the Vikings, so they'll be last.
So you put the number 4.
Yeah,
So now we have.
but I think I I don't know. I don't think it's possible to have 4 teams in the playoffs, but
No, I don't think you can
I
never
think
have
the
4.
Bears will just slightly miss the playoffs. So I don't think their season will be as dreadful as the last past seasons. I think they'll actually have a fun season this season, but I just think they'll slightly miss the playoffs. So
Okay. Then you have 2 teams left: the Lions and the Packers. And you only have number 2 and
I
number
think
1.
it's going to be the Packers in first and Lions in second, only because the Lions have so many extreme injury players returning. They did a lot of good stuff in the offseason, but they just also have so many players that are still hurt that it's just going to be a lot of growing pains, I say. But same thing with the Packers, but I feel like the only reason why I'm playing the Packers is not because I'm biased. I think you guys will agree with this. last season the Packers had a lot of injuries and hiccups and were fighting through a lot of things that I don't. Now looking back on it, I feel we should agree that Jordan Love should have sat a little bit longer. Other players should have sat more, especially with the ending of our schedule and how easy it was. I think the players, again, were still the youngest team in the NFL somehow. And I think that they'll just grow more and mature. And I think if that's the reason why, is that
And let me ask you a question.
that Matt LaFleur and Brian Gutekunst said that they want the team to play with urgency more because they want to win. Everyone kind of seems to have that mentality. And to me, the Lions and the Packers are the only two teams in the division that truly have that, like, we're going to win a Super Bowl this year type of mentality. I don't think the Vikings are there, and I don't think the Bears are there. So
You really don't think the Vikings have that mentality?
I said I don't think the Vikings or the Bears are there.
Oh, man, okay.
Don't get me wrong. I think the Vikings are a very competitive team, but they're changing their quarterbacks too much. I generally think the Bears will probably. I think if the Bears, because I think they have Caleb Williams and they're going to stick with him longer, and they're building pieces around him to build that chemistry. I think the Bears will eventually pass the Vikings.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
I just think the Vikings make too many changes and lose their chemistry. Like literally, sorry, you can go.
No, go ahead.
I'm gonna say literally their last. I'm a casual when it comes to it, but like, I remember their off seasons, but like as much as their defense stays good consistently, they're always rotating players.
Yeah, they are, especially on the offensive line.
That too. There's no chemistry building. That's why everyone's shocked every year they do well. I think it's because people sleep on them at the same time. And I just don't think people are going to do that, especially now with a rookie quarterback. I think people are going to step on them harder. So you technically, to me, you could flip the Bears and Vikings, but
yeah.
And I don't think the Lions and Packers will be characterized as dominant, but I say we'll be in the double digits, and the Vikings and Bears will still be in the singles. So I say like they'll be like 9-8 closer, like the Bears and Vikings.
In my power ranking in the NFC North, I actually had the Vikings at last.
But it's again, like I said, they're interchangeable. So
yeah, but because of why I put it at last is they're starting a second-year quarterback that didn't play his first year. I gotta give it up to the Bears. Caleb played his whole rookie year, so that's why I'm giving Caleb Williams a step up over JJ McCarthy because he has experience playing that whole year.
Yeah, the only thing I'm concerned with Caleb Williams is a lot of the messy plays he had at the end of the season. A lot of that stuff I would expect to have in like the first 4 games, not the last 4 games.
Yeah, but you gotta give him a break. His offensive line was horrible. he was running for his life back there.
Yeah, but he made a lot of bad like time clock decisions
that
aren't on your offensive line or either your coach. It's on your coach to call them timeouts, but he also could call those timeouts as well. So.
A rookie calling timeouts, unforgivable. It's all up to the coach. And if you have a competent coach.
But at the same time, though, you can't do it 3 games in a row. I'm sorry, that's just.
Yeah, but
that's why he's no longer the coach. But I also think Caleb Williams has to stop being so dependent and get his game. I just feel like he doesn't have as big of an IQ as people think in football. Good quarterbacks can do time management, and he has shown he can't yet. yet.
Well,
So
that's why I'm giving Caleb a step up over JJ.
no, I don't disagree with you. I was just saying that's my concerns with Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get a little bit better with that his second year. He knows what to do and what not to do now.
Maybe we haven't seen it yet, so but hopefully.
Yeah, maybe, but he does have a year experience. So, but yeah, my power ranking is I'm putting the Vikings at number 4, the Bears at number 3, and now I still say the Lions are gonna take a step back. If you lose one coach, it's difficult to replace him.
Oh my god, I totally forgot they lost so many coaches this season.
But when you lose your offensive coach and your defensive coach, that's a double whammy right there.
Good.
Kenton is getting a phone call, I think. He's going to be right back. He's getting a phone call. I think the Bears need to rebound with a phone post. Please. Yeah. Give Kenton a second here, guys. He is. This does happen to his phone a lot.
Can you hear me?
He's back.
My grandma called me. Sorry.
Yeah, I told them that you might got a call.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes that happens.
Okay. So
But
yeah, my grandma. The only people who will call me are like my grandma or mom. I have them because I have my not disturbed on, so they're the only two people that I have them on my able to disturbed. So
Is your mom a subscriber?
they don't have YouTubes, so
make an account for it and subscribe. That would help the channel. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, yeah, it's gonna be hard to replace your offensive coach and especially your offensive coach. It looked like that offensive coach and Jeff Goff was on the same page. He was calling the plays that he liked to run, and he was good at. And now you lose that chemistry between the quarterback and the offensive coordinator. That's gonna be a hard replacement.
Hold up, you can keep talking. I'm gonna go open the door for my grandma.
But so I still say the Bears are the Lions are going to be at number 1. So I'm ready. The Bears are going to be at the number 1 position in the NFC North still. Probably by 2 games or 1 game in the division. And that comes to the Packers. I'm putting the Packers at number 2. So, because Jordan Love was hurt last year. We don't have our number 1 receiver because he's going to be out until week 12. So our wide receiver lineup is Nicole Hardman right now, Romeo Dobbs, Jalen Reed, and Devontae Wicks. So we do need to replace a wide receiver because he's going to be out until week 12. So I'm putting the Packers at number 2. Probably a game back from the Lions. But there might be a chance, there might be a surprise trade in the draft for a player or to move up and to get a first round receiver. So, but yeah, my power ranking is Lions, Packers, Bears, Vikings.
Oh my.
Huh?
I was making the Tigers, Lions, Bears on my joke.
Oh my. Oh my. But do you think three teams on the NFC North will make the playoffs again?
No.
Oh really? The NFC conference looks weak.
I feel like because what the Vikings beat, or I feel like because didn't Seattle get kicked out both times 2 years in a row? I feel like this year is the year they'll take that spot. So
Okay.
yeah. So I think
But
the
yeah,
Vikings will not be in this year.
I don't think the Vikings are make it this year either. I really- and to be honest, I really don't see what's so great about JJ McCarthy. In college, he never threw the ball more than 15 times a game. Because it was all about the running game at Michigan when he was there.
Maybe another 20, 30 minutes.
How long do you plan to go? We are gonna stay until maybe 1:15. Well, 3:15 his time. I think.
You mean 4?
Yeah, 4:50 your time. Oh man, I can't tell. 2 hours time.
Well, pretty much what the NBA, how long the NBA topics are, because
Yeah, that's gonna take him 45 minutes. I know it. He's gonna go off. He's gonna go off on me about the NBA. Oh, thank you, Caleb.
Thank you. I appreciate you, coming in. So
Yeah, we appreciate all you guys. So thank you so much for supporting us. And we need to get him a new motherboard. I haven't talked to my brother yet, but when he gets home, I'll talk to him.
yeah, I'm gonna talk about. I guess this is a good segue, real quick. Still planning on a desktop. Still have 2 plans, but instead of just buying a new one right away, we're still trying to see if we can build the one that's missing.
That you
That's kind
already
of
have.
outdated. Certain things are
But do you have web camera?
fine and whatever. I plan to just buy a new one anyways. So
What? Buy a new webcam?
yeah,
Okay.
because I already have a mouse and keyboard. All I need is, of course, the tower and the PC itself, but a monitor and then a webcam. But that's it.
But do you have a case?
What do you mean?
Like your tower?
Yeah, that's what I said. Tower.
Uh,
Yeah, I have that already. So, yeah, I pretty much have anything. I could show you guys the
okay.
keyboard, but I don't want to. I'll show you guys my setup when I get everything done.
Yeah, Caleb, if you're around next Friday afternoon, we'll start with you and get the baby. So I can go get my popcorn ready. I'm just gonna sit back, eat my popcorn, and watch you guys just go at it. And maybe we can make some money off that, man. A debate, you versus Caleb. People watch to pay.
Damn.
So yeah, go ahead, Kevin. Let's talk about the Bucks and how they're not gonna make the playoffs.
Well,
I'm gonna put you on mute.
man, Jay does not watch basketball whatsoever. Or the Bucks are still in the playoffs, Jay. We'll just not have Damien Lillard. You see how much of a butthole he is? He's definitely a big butthole. Can I get Jay's a big butthole? just joking. He's not. When he makes remarks like that, he is though. I'm just saying. Hey, what's up? Just got home. Yeah, the show's doing well. Miles. Why does Jake say Miles? He has an S to it, but yeah, no, it's a good show. Um, talked about our NFC North rankings. Me and Jay. I put the Bears last, then the Vikings, then the Lions, and then I put the Packers. He put the Vikings, Bears, Packers, and Lions. Not so well. The one I was gonna get from my friend for very cheap. The motherboard is not good enough for me to upgrade. So we're trying to find a different one because everything else is fine. If not, then I'm just gonna also budget buy a new PC if I have to. But we're just waiting for that. So like I could go to Best Buy today and just get a PC, but if I don't have to, I don't want to do that. So but I got everything else though. I also need to order a monitor and a webcam, but other than that, those are the things I'm missing. So
I heard that.
also I had a job interview yesterday. So
I heard that you jerk.
oh yeah, I know
Come
you
here,
were
bro.
supposed to hear it. I wasn't hiding anything.
Oh, really? Really? You're the
Yeah,
butthole.
hey, chat. Ready? Butthole.
You're the butthole. You're the butthole. That's not right, man. That's just wrong, man. That's just wrong, man.
Yeah. Hopefully, yeah. I had a job interview yesterday, so hopefully I get the job. So.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I'm hoping you get that job.
Yeah, been looking way too long. So.
And you all know, man, Kenton's a great guy, dude. Kenton deserves it. Kenton deserves everything he gets. Not when he calls me a butthead or butthole.
By the way, it's just a cologne cap, so you two don't get sensitive.
I don't like that narrative. Yeah, go ahead. Tell me about your Milwaukee Bucks. Which, I gotta say, they lost to the Warriors. Oh, yeah. The Warriors. My team, the Warriors. You know, yeah, the Warriors.
Pretend fan.
Pretend fan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but at least I have bragging rights. My team won.
My team beat you guys and won your guys' 24-game winning streak. So, haha.
Oh, is that the only thing you hang your hat on? My team won 3
that's kind of hard. The Bucks don't really verse the Warriors as much.
You're right about that. Yeah.
So
hey, Miles.
You guys do have also more champions than us. So
yeah, we do. We have a lot more.
No, you only have 2 more. Don't get too ahead of yourself.
That's 2 more than you guys.
Look at this guy trying to be an NBA fan. Yeah, but you can't name another player besides Stephen Curry and Draymond Green and Klay Thompson. Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! Look at it!
Butler, we just got from the Miami Heat.
Who?
I don't know. I tried his first name, but his last name is Butler.
That doesn't count. You gotta say the full name. I'm not giving it to you. No.
You know the NBA is not my thing. Come on, man. No, it's you ask me about football. Yeah, I can tell you right out there.
I definitely at least know more football players than you know basketball players. So.
Oh, I know way more football players. Basketball player.
That's not what I was saying, Jay. I was saying I know more football players than you know basketball players.
I think I know a lot. I think I know a couple of basketball players, more than a handful. I mean,
Do you
I
know
can
what
name
team? Do you know what team Kevin Durant plays for right now?
the
Until I know you know that name.
Sonics or the Suns.
There you go. You got on the second one. But the fact
Yeah,
you said the Sonics the first time, that was crazy. They haven't been a team for a decade now.
Now, how are the Suns doing this year?
Their ass. Excuse my language.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't he get an offer by the Warriors again?
Yeah, but he's
But
a
he never.
clown, and I didn't like when he went to the Warriors, so I'm happy he didn't take it.
But do you think it was because of his pride that he
Yes,
wanted
because people were clowning him for making the decision anyways.
Yeah, yeah. That's where I was gonna go. Do you think if people said that he was just going there to get a ring because he can't get a ring by himself,
And he hasn't got one since. So
and he wanted to prove to all his doubters that he can get a ring by himself, but he never did.
nope. Or being the leader of his own team, technically.
Yeah.
But I'm letting you guys know. I'm telling you, I 100% believe if he stayed with the Oklahoma City Thunder, he would have won a championship.
Oh, come on, really?
If he would have stuck with the Oklahoma City Thunder, they were so close. They blew a 3-1 lead. They could have regrouped that offseason, especially until a lot of their benchers that I didn't think were good were on their contracts were expiring. I think with them getting so far and that era of time, teams were still able to throw money at benches. They really could have upgraded their bench way more and could have made a bigger run.
My prediction, Caleb, early prediction, the Yankees.
Huh?
Caleb wanted to know the prediction, early prediction, who's going to win the World Series.
Yeah, probably one of those teams.
Yeah, I think
the MLB isn't in risk of no longer being a league, I think, soonish.
Yeah. Those teams, the Dodgers and the Yankees are the only ones that have a lot of money.
So until those two teams are in the stars of MLB, I think we're just going to see the World Series between them two for the next 3
But
years.
this is what I don't get. The NFL has a salary cap. NBA has a salary cap. Hockey has a salary cap, right? Hockey. So is the MLB the only sports league without no salary cap?
Yep.
Why not just introduce a salary cap to baseball too?
Because they're greedy, rich bastards.
Look at the football owners. They're rich too, but they don't want to pay these guys.
There's a really big reason why people don't like baseball, Jay. And it's not because of the sport, actually.
But look at the NFL owners. They don't want to pay their players.
I'm sorry, getting paid millions of dollars to play a sport is getting paid. I don't want to hear anyone complain about that.
I know, but it seems like baseball, they want to spend money.
No, it's the opposite. They want to give money to the players and make money off of that, but no.
Yeah, but can't they do the same thing in football? Give the money to the players so they can make more money?
I don't know, Jay. The MLB doesn't make any sense.
NHL didn't have a salary cap for the first 80 years. of it. It was 18 months lockout. But you know what? Yeah, but the MLB players, they're never going to go on strike.
Also, the NHL league never makes as much money as the MLB, so like
Yeah,
they kind of had a salary cap without having a salary cap. So
isn't baseball the oldest sport in the United States? I know it's more older than football and hockey.
if we're talking about the major four, yes, but all the sport in America, no.
What's the oldest?
Lacrosse.
Yeah, but lacrosse is not that popular, right?
That's why I said if we're talking in the majors four, I said yes.
Yeah.
But
So baseball in the major four sports, baseball is the oldest.
yes, and specifically talking about America. I guess if you bring MLS in it, then soccer. But I think they're
Well, no, I think soccer's more popular in the other countries than here.
yeah. That's not what I was talking about.
But yeah, I National League first season was 1887. Really? Wow. That's all right. Go. I'm giving you the floor on the Milwaukee Bucks. Just get everything off your chest.
Well, yeah, if you stop being an a-hole and saying stuff that you don't know,
You're
gaslighting, gaslighting,
you're in a
gaslighting.
safe place. You're in a safe place.
He really doesn't know me like that, then, huh?
What?
I don't know. Damien Lillard has a blood clot in his right calf, and he is ruled out indefinitely, which means he's out for the season. I hate that they say that. It's just because there's no full mark on it. He's on blood thinners to help help him with speedy recovery. What does this mean for the Bucks? Logically, our championship odds this season are over unless the team gets just hot and going. Because we still have Giannis, and anything's possible. That's pretty much it. I don't know. It's an injury that's out of your hands. The Bucks are making good pushes and points, no matter what the media says or what people are saying. A lot of people don't pay attention to my team enough to care and bother, so I'm not going to care and bother getting mad about people who don't. But just stop talking about stuff you don't know. Like that, I guess. Just regroup and come back next season if we can't make a splash or a dent in the playoffs. Who knows? If we get out the first round, anything's possible. So but we just got to focus on staying in the playoffs because it's a close race. But no matter what, I think we're locked in. So there's only 5 home games left, and I want to say roughly around the same away games. I think less.
What's your prediction? Will they go 9-1, 8-2?
I have no idea. We have been up and down this road series where we won 1, lost 1, won 1, and then we recently lost the 2 in a row. We play the Knicks today at home, so I don't know. We're still competitive. We're still playing well. Technically, I hate to say this, our team plays better when Damien Lillard. Their defense, at least, is way better when Damien Lillard's not out there. So who knows? Maybe we can pick someone up off of waivers.
Right now, let me ask you right now, who's going to be the replacement for Damien
Kevin
Lillard?
Porter Jr. or Ryan Rollins, which have both been playing well. Ryan Rollins is a great lockdown defender. It's just he's just not really good offensively. He shows
Uh,
flashes, but he's a young player, and Kevin Porter Jr. He can shoot, but he's more of a streaky offensive player. So he kind of has to be on it for him to go well. If he's off, he's off. So, but
okay.
he's really deadly, and that's what makes me hopeful. That's why I said he's like the key factor. He has the potential to be an all-star player in this league if he can just stay consistent and not be a streaky player. So if he
Okay.
can somehow unlock something in the playoffs and just find his rhythm and be on it, I generally do think the Bucks still have a chance to do something. And then having Giannis on your team, well,
Yeah.
there you go. Giannis
Well,
scored 50 points in the NBA Finals to win a championship. So
yeah, but
I
yeah, you
believe I
can't.
believe in that man. So
Yeah.
it's literally just on a supporting cast. When we're on, and we dominate. But when we're off. So
So is there anybody good in waivers right now or no?
not really.
No, really. Okay.
There's a lot of people right now who are like on overseas teams that we technically could grab, but I don't know
Oh, you guys can grab players from overseas?
if they're not in like a guaranteed contract over there. Then yes,
Oh, really?
yeah. It
I didn't
just
know
also
that.
depends on the league. Not all of them.
Wow. I didn't
Yeah.
know that. Damn. Hey, look, I learned something new every day.
Yeah, there's also a thing in the NBA does where like the NBA, I mean the Bucks have a draft pick that we drafted a couple years ago, and instead of bringing
Mhm.
him to the Bucks, he's playing overseas. So
Okay.
and he's making
Yeah, guys,
money.
Kenton is trying to teach me a lot more about basketball. And he's doing a pretty good job at it, too. Thank you, Kenton.
When he wants to listen, guys. He has a
I
hard
just,
time with
called him
research.
to think it.
He has a hard time with research. I'll give him stuff to look up for, and then he'll tell me I need to look at it.
I'm not the research guy here, guys. I just go with the flow. That's why I'm Kenton over here to do the research for us.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
why I wanted to get a PC so I can start putting like stats up on the screen and showing you guys stuff.
I'm just
So I can
kidding.
stop trying to memorize stuff because I don't do that, and it's hard for me sometimes.
Oh, you're gonna make some PowerPoint graphs. And we lost Kenton. We lost Kenton. I think Kenton will be right back. We just lost Kenton, but I think he'll be back. I think he'll be back. Kenton will be back, folks. I hope. I hope he's back. But yeah, I am by myself right now because Kenton lost connection. So I'm hoping he will be back. If he's not back, I will do the exit by myself. Let me give Kenton a quick call. Let's see if he answers the phone. Will he answer the phone? It looks like he's not answering the phone either. But yeah, guys, I think that is gonna be it for today. We lost Kenton, so that's a bummer. But he was here for most of the whole podcast. I just want to thank you guys for listening into the podcast or watching the podcast wherever you get your podcast. thank you so much for all the support. Like I always say, stay safe, stay positive, and always go Pack Go. And we'll see you next Friday. And guys, I'll be back again later tonight for the Q&A with me. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. For me and Kenton, we appreciate everything you guys do for us, and you guys support us a lot. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next Friday. All right, guys. You guys have a great one. Late and goodbye.